All right. Hey, what's going on, guys? Your boy Ghost here. Today I have a video going over some information that's a bit late. I know I'm late to the party, but I had gotten back when all this news dropped about another round of layoffs at Bungie. I'm sorry about that. I was on vacation. I was out and about. You guys know I tweeted like, hey, my PC's broken and I'm going out of town for a bit, so there'll be no videos. As always, as soon as I come back home, cue childish Gambino meme, the whole world was on fire. So and ever since then I just haven't had enough time to upload something about this because information was still coming out, so I wanted to wait. And B, there's also more important stuff that was important to get out. The Dracula stuff, the Sosta stuff, TikToks, streams, fixing my computer twice. There's a whole bunch of information that came out. So now that I'm here, we're gonna talk about it. So we're gonna go to the Bungie website, read everything. The one thing that I do understand is that once again, the upper hands of Bungie, aka P. Parsons, is once again refusing to take accountability. A new path for Bungie. This morning, I'm sharing with you some of the most difficult changes we've ever had to make as a studio. Due to the rising cost of development and industry shifts, as well as enduring economic conditions, it has become clear that we need to make a substantial change to our cost structure and focus development efforts entirely on Destiny and Marathon. You think? That means, beginning today, 220 of our roles will be eliminated, representing roughly 17% of our studio's workforce. These actions will affect every level of the company, including most of our executive and senior leader roles. I didn't know. Apparently, freaking Luke Smith and someone else got laid off too. We'll get into that later. Today is a difficult and painful day, especially for our departing colleagues, as all of which have made an important and valuable contributions to Bungie. Our goal is to support them with the utmost care and respect. For everyone affected by this job reduction, we will be offering a generous exit package, including severance, bonus, and health set coverage. I realize all of this is hard news, especially following the success we had with the final shape, but as we've navigated the broader economic realities over the last year, and after exhausting all the mitigation options, this has become a necessary decision to refocus our studio on and our business with more realistic goals and viable financials. We are committing to two of other major changes today that we believe will support our focus, leverage Sony's strengths, and create new opportunities for Bungie talent. First, we are depending on our integration with Sony Interactive Entertainment, working to integrate 155 of our roles, roughly 12%, into a Sony Interactive Entertainment over the next few quarters. Sony Interactive Entertainment worked tirelessly with us to identify roles for as many people as possible, enabling us together to save a great deal of talent that would otherwise have been affected by the reduction in force. Second, we're working with PlayStation Studios leadership to spin out one of our incubation projects as an action game set in a brand new science fantasy universe to form a new studio within PlayStation Studios to continue promising development. This will be a time of tremendous change for our studio. Let's unpack how we ended up in the position, and it's important to understand how we got here. For 5 years, it's been our goal to ship games in three enduring global franchises. To realize that ambition, we've set up over several incubation projects, each seated with a senior development leaders from our exiting teams. We eventually realized that this model stretched our talent too thin too quickly. It also forced our studio to support structures to scale to a larger level that we could realistically support, given our two primary products in development, Destiny and Marathon. Additionally, in 2023, our rapid expansion ran headlong into broad economic slowdown and sharply downturn into the games industry. Our quality miss with Destiny 2 Lightfall, and the need to give both the final shape and Marathon the time needed to ensure both projects deliver at the quality of our players expect and deserve. We were overly ambitious. Our financially safety margins were subsequently exceeded, and we began falling in the red. After this new trajectory became clear, we knew we had changes, of course. We had to change our course and speed, and we did everything we could to avoid today's outcome, even with exhaustive efforts undertaken across our leadership and product teams to resolve our financial challenges. These steps were simply not enough. As a result, today we must say goodbye to incredible talent, colleagues, and friends. And at that point, let's finish it. This will be a hard and challenging time at Bungie. We'll need our team to navigate these changes in the weeks and months ahead. This will be a hard week. We know what our team will need to process to ask questions and absorb this news. Today and over the next several weeks, we will host team meetings and town halls, team breakout sessions, and private and individual sessions to ensure we are keeping our communication open and transparent. Bungie will continue to make great games. We still have over 850 team members building Destiny and Marathon, and we will continue to build amazing experiences that exceed our players' expectations. There will be a time to talk about our goals and projects, but today is not that day. Today we focus on supporting our people. Well, Pete, how about you focused on supporting your people before this happened? Because this is unacceptable. This is two. I think before the first round of layoffs happened around April, this like I think about around 300 give or take people that have gone. Why didn't you do something before this? Because if you guys did not know, the gaming industry took a huge skyrocket during COVID because everyone's at home playing games, and for some dumb reason, the entire gaming community thought, oh, we have all this extra money, let's go buy it and do all this stuff and hire a whole bunch of people, right? Not knowing that inevitably this is going to crash. And over the past 2 years, since lockdown has kind of ended, it's crashing astronomically. And if you guys don't know, not to bring, because this is more important than me, this is about let me go back so I can get this 100% correct. The 220 people on top of the other people that just lost their job a couple of months ago after Bungie promised that there would be no layoffs in the first place. This is about them. But if you guys, before, just to give you guys an example how much this could have affected me. If you guys did not know, I went to school for trade school. I went to school for interactive media and game design. I was going to school for game design, for trying to be a developer. Now I want to be a designer, not a developer. I would have graduated this year. I would have graduated from San Francisco Art Academy this year and looking for a job. Potentially could have been in a job if I did any type of what the frig is it called? Apprenticeships, stuff like that. I could have been doing something this year. I could be graduating in this year right now. I would have graduated this past summer, and then the market would have been in the red. I wouldn't have been able to find a job more than likely because the market is so bad right now. So I can't imagine the people that graduated in COVID and then saw all these jobs that were getting picked up in the fields at Bungie, Riot, freaking WB Games, the amount of people that were hiring on a hiring spree because so many people were playing games and so many people were spending money on games that they were all making immense amount of money. So they kept hiring people so they can make more games during this time. All those people, I feel so sorry. I don't understand. If you did lose your job, I apologize because that could have been me. And it possibly could have been you. The amount of people that graduated right as COVID was happening and they found a job at these companies that are now probably being the first people to be laid off because they ain't been that long. And that's terrible. And I find that incredibly sad. Pete, you should take responsibility. The amount of people that even your own people are telling you to step down. Step down, Pete. Step down, Pete. Pete Parsons needs to step down. Pete Parsons. The amount of people that he needs to go, bro. It makes no sense that you're a CEO and you get 2 waves of layoffs. And even more, I think it was the head of Sony or whatever it was a while ago during that conference call. You guys can look this up. They literally had signed them out, called them out directly that the developers and the owners at Bungie need to take responsibility for missing their dated goals. And they literally tried to just put out a random developer. No, he said, no, put Bungie because they need to be called out because it makes no sense that this is happening. The fact that people are telling you, coming out and people are saying that this man, Pete, came up to them and invited them to his house 2 days before they lost their job so that those people can see his cars. Imagine a millionaire coming over to you, hearing you say that you can't afford to pay for your groceries, and to help you feel better, he said, oh, you want to come over to my house? I got a whole bunch of cars you can look at. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
This is gonna lead to
listen to this, chat. Listen to this, bro. I tweeted this. I tweeted it.
Some exclamation points, and if we were streaming right now, there would be some funny faces in chat. But I will say the marathon story kind of reminds me of Suicide Squad, and the reason for that is
let's replay it.
Squad, started development side squad. Some funny faces in chat, but I will say the marathon story kind of reminds me of Suicide Squad. Me to be like, well, Bungie's going to shut down. If
This man said that the marathon story kind of reminds him of Suicide Squad. Now, don't get me, he's not talking about the campaign, the story of how the game was created. This is, good Lord, G. If there was anything that he could have said to scare a community, that is it. This whole situation is terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Keep in mind, he's getting this information from developers that left the company and getting this information from them, and they're doing like private interviews, and that's how he's getting this information. This is terrible. And then I gotta find this part too. This man Paul Tassi said that they're downsizing the expansions. We're no longer gonna get annual expansions because apparently it doesn't make that much money anymore. And every yearly expansion they make less and less money. I wonder why. But continuously saying that this is crazy. I'm sorry, I just messed up my camera. They are literally saying that since these don't make that much money anymore, we're not gonna do them. We're not gonna do them. We're going to do smaller content drops similar to Into the Light and another paid content drop that's a similar size but maybe a little bit bigger. Now, the situation, you got some people saying, well, Into the Light was good. This could be good news. No. Into the Light was good because Into the Light was good. That does not mean smaller packs on this level are still going to be the same amount of quality. Granted, they could cook more because they got more time to work on it and it's smaller so they can make quality over quantity, basically. So that could be good. But if they come out with trash content in a small amount of space, shit is still shit. No matter how big or small it is. If it's bad, it's going to be bad. And it's sad. It's so sad. This is something I should have recorded with a script, but I can't help but just talk and express my feelings and sorrow about how bad I feel for those people that got let go of Bungie. And it sucks because some of these people literally worked their sweat, blood, and tears on this Final Shape expansion, wanted it to be the best expansion ever, and it was great. My opinion, one of the top 2 expansions, and it's probably not number 2. And they still got fired. The morale slashing that could do to somebody. I've worked my ass off and still got let go. It sucks, bro. And it's not the developers. It's not the people that are making the game that we love, because when they get the chance to make the stuff that we, the community, know we want, they don't got to worry about people above them telling them what to do. If they make the content that they know we want, it comes out like Into the Light. It comes out like Witch Queen. It comes out like Final Shape. It comes out like Taken King. It comes out with great stuff. And then they got these upper people, management telling them to do this, and it comes out trash. And we've seen what these developers can do when they listen and they know, because they know what we want. The issue is, it's not the fact that they don't know what we want. They can't do it because they keep telling them no. And it bothers me astronomically. The upper management of Bungie, listen to me. If you ever see this video, I know you're probably not because I'm small, but I don't care. I still need to say it. You need to do better. You need to do better. It should make no sense. I don't care what you do with your money. It's a scummy thing to do, to come up to somebody because apparently he said that, Hippie said that she was having a conversation with somebody so that she couldn't afford groceries. And he came up and said this. If that's true, you're a terrible person. I don't care what you do. You are a terrible person. If you see someone talking about how bad their life is right now and you're going to flex on them with cars, you're a bad person. But even worse, the uppers at Bungie, I know it. The community know it. The other content creators know it. If I know it, that means that even the players that aren't even understanding the game, who are not into content creation, understand it. Sony understands it. You need to do better. This is a very volatile work environment, and nobody wants to leave and work in a spot where they got to worry about the next day if their paycheck's going to be big enough to pay for the groceries, if the paycheck's going to get there, or if it's going to be light I'm rambling. I'm sorry. Nobody wants to have to worry and think that an axe is above their neck, whether or not they're going to be at work tomorrow. Because people who've been laid off before, and when I worked at Amazon, people was getting laid off. The feeling that you get when you freaking go into that turnabout at Amazon and your badge don't work because they laid you off and you missed it, it sucks. Nobody wants to go into their workplace and they can't log in, or this is the third, or find out that their best friend, their work friend they've been talking to all the time, just got let go. It's terrible. And I hope it gets fixed. Upper ends at Bungie, you need to do better. And the people that got let go, I'm so sorry, and I hope you find an even better place to work at. And I know you will do great things because you did great things before. You didn't want to do great things now, and that means you're going to do great things later. Thank you guys so much. Come through the rest of the video. Hope you have a good rest of your night. And remember, stay spooky and keep those who lost their jobs in mind.